Hi everyone, name's Soulsilver17 here. I'm first like usual. I made the thumbnail, I did not own the pictures when I made them. And this is not a paid video, right? Okay. So, I just decided to make this. I don't really care about what I keep saying no more. So, we just random making what ifs, like to keep them on their toes. I just really need to go back and make a lot of my old what ifs. Like the Taskmaster what if. I realized I have not made that part 3 in a long ass time. I'm downstairs, basically, so, take care of the fire base. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed. So, I got in the mood of making this what if. Again, going back to it. And if you guys are wondering what game have I been working on, playing, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So, I may be adding some now Assassin's Creed Valhalla references or stuff in it. Okay, and basically, he is not going to get the freaking overpowered weapons. Just want to point out, yeah, he's not getting the whatever you call those beings of, that's from the future that you can always get a weapon from. Like Valhalla Excalibur is one of those. So he won't get like anything from that. Just want to point that out again if anyone forgot. So let's just get into this. Last time we left off is Akami, Tenten, and Naruto are, defeated, Kakashi. Teamwork. Or did whatever they had to do. I watched my part 1, second half. But I forgot. But I know what a lot of it I did. Give Dondo's dead. Naruto has the sharingan. So yeah, we're gonna give him a lot of bullshit things. And I've been kind of thinking of this recently. Why not add more stuff to the Creed abilities? The spirit guardian. Why don't I just make it sentient and it can talk to Naruto for some reason? I don't know why. I just thought it'd be really funny. Like, he hears this mysterious voice in his head that only he can hear. And it's not Kurama. He's like, what the fuck? Okay, you guys can leave that in the comments saying that'd be funny. I was thinking of it, but I thought it would be a bad idea. But at the same time, I wanted to do it. Like, he gets different abilities because of this too, then. So, continuing on, like I was just saying. So, basically, after they're doing this, they basically were told they were gonna do some D-rank missions, and they went out to eat, basically. That's where we last left off. So, we are going to their D-rank mission, and, well, because of Naruto and Akami's unique skills, every D-rank mission they worked on that required stealth or following a target, like, catching the cat was too easy, so Kakashi had to bring them to different missions that required them not to do that too fast, and, well, I mean, he's still surprised. All three of them worked together pretty well, and he can't, like, deny it. Like, Tenten is with them, but, basically with them two alone, Naruto and Kami, they're like, they could do triple S rank missions by themselves or together, and they'll still come back alive at this age. So yeah. Anyways, continuing on. So basically, we go now to when they, after they retrieve the cat again, and Naruto's just like, why does this cat always leave its own? No. Okay, he looks at the cat. I go like, and he says, "I see why. I see why you leave her." I did not check the comments at all. Hold up, I need to check this because I think some people mentioned something I just realized. So I just want to make sure I will add stuff wherever they mention or change the name or something. I don't know. Hold up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I. Yeah. It was just about the Mangekyo sharingan. Naruto could get it and stuff. So yeah. And Donzo. Someone said about Donzo, making a combination of his EMS combined with Sasuke and Madara's EMS. And they said the reason why it was Donzo. I perfectly agree with it, but I'm gonna change it where if it's combined, well, I mean, he should be able to summon out the meteor and Amaterasu, but I'm also making it then where it'll be like his own, where shadow manipulation, stealth. Basically, his shadow manipulation and him traveling through shadows increase to where the point he actually becomes a natural shadow. And two, well, actually, no, wait. That one, when he actually becomes natural shadow, is because he goes into a shadow realm, like a natural version of the world, but it's all shadows. And then the other thing will be is him controlling shadows will be enhanced exponentially because of one reason. Imagine him just in a dark room, so there's a light, and then Naruto just says, "Shouldn't have done that." And they're like, "Why?" And then basically just shadow creatures come out of nowhere, just drag him in. Well, creatures, but really there's like minions, or just like spikes hitting them, and he's like, "That's why." And boom. So, yeah, okay, enough of that. That's just my idea now. But anyways, continuing on. So, as basically Naruto is reluctant to give the cat back to the owner, he does, as Hiruzen says, "Good job, Team 7. Now, Kakashi, I approved of your, request to give them a higher ranked mission, but you have to train Tenten more, intensely after this." Which he does not. And then he looks at Team 7, Kakashi. He goes, "Alright, guys, before we get our next mission, I need you to sign these papers." And they all look at him, why? And then, they get the explanation about the Chunin exams. And Naruto's just like, "So we could die in it." But Kakashi says, "Yes." He was like, "I call dibs on killing the first person in this group," which Akami just looks at him. He was like, "What? I mean, I'm probably gonna try to kill Neji. Come on, he deserves it." I mean, she does say, what I seen of him, yeah, he does, but still. It's like, cool. So, Tenten just looks at him and is like, "Really?" He's like, "What? I'm sorry, but I hate people like him." He goes, "Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you on this." It's like, "Thank you." Which then, Hiruzen has the papers, so he just says, "Sign here, please." And they do. And then basically they talk about the mission. They say that it's just a C rank mission, but you never know what can happen on it. So it could become an A or B rank. Just be prepared. And they meet, wow. I really am out of shape with these Naruto what ifs. Hold on. Alright, I just have to go from my brain, but Tazuna, the bird builder, I probably got that wrong. Gonna double check. Yeah, I was right. So basically, Tazuna comes in exactly the same way as Naruto, just like, Okay, nice to meet you. And which he's like, huh? What's with the funny looking outfit kid? Which Naruto goes like, oh, yeah. I always forget I always wear these. Which is just his assassin's outfit, which, well, it's also his ninja outfit. I mean, it's basically made for combat. Why would he ever not have it on? And then he basically starts talking stuff until Naruto goes like, you're just drunk. And are you a ninja? Do you risk your life every single day? No. No, you don't. So, can it drunk? Which Naruto does just glare his eyes at him, which Tazuna does nod. And he says, I'm sorry. And he goes, apology accepted. So, what should we do, Sensei? Pack our things and get ready? Which Kakashi goes, yes, alright. Naruto, Tenten, Akami, pack up your things for your supplies, and we leave as soon as possible. Which they say alright. They just say alright basically, and they all leave. And then Tazuna is like, jeez, what's wrong with that kid? It's like he's a monster or something. Which the Hokage Taruzen and Kakashi both say, you have no idea. So, basically, while everyone's packing, Kami is still living with Naruto, so she's packing up her things. Naruto's packing his things, but separate. Like he was like, okay, kunais, daggers, poison bombs. Not really poison bombs. Poisons, yeah, tags, kunais, everything I said, but smoke bombs, food, bandages, sleeping bag, and oh yeah, can't forget Zenbons. And well, I mean, I have all my weapons on me, so that's great. As then, while Naruto was grabbing his Zenbons, putting them into a scroll, sealing it, he says, yes, that's everything. Now I got to. As then he basically hears, Naruto Uzumaki, it's a pleasure to finally speak to you. Which, Naruto's looking around, he's like, what the? And then he says, Kurama, what's happening? In which he was like, I don't know. What's going on? This feels weird. Which Naruto's like, huh? As then all of a sudden, through Naruto and Kurama's before I continue on, did forget to mention his sentry ability with the sharingan, will increase now too. Forgot to mention that, but anyways, back to it. As then, like I was saying, everything goes black. Like smoke appears out of nowhere, and it's like he's in a forest. Like what he's seeing, like there's like technically some trees of light appearing from this waterway, and from the basically. Okay, you can imagine it basically as water. There's like black fog / smoke everywhere, but next lights, trees of light appearing while they're making a pathway for Naruto. As then the voice says, "Come, let us speak real quick." As Naruto's like saying, "Kurama, Kurama," which Kurama's not answering, and so Naruto says, "Crap." I was like, I'm on my own for now. So he starts walking away, into the path. I mean, he starts walking away from his spot to the path that the trees are making. So Naruto follows this path for at least 10 minutes, and then he arrives, where this massive tree is, which technically, like I did say, the guardian beast is spiritual, so technically I see apples as wise and, wise and intelligent, and then basically they will give us guide, give people guidance if they could talk and stuff. So, I mean, this also will be helpful that this will be the Guardian. And it's just called Spirit by the leader. Well, technically that's what the name is, Spirit. The Guardian Spirit of the Creed. So, as when Naruto sees it, he was like, "What the? Are you?" As in, it just flies down, landing in front of Naruto, and then it says, "Yes, I am the Guardian Spirit of the Creed." So, you're probably wondering why I, well, called you here. He goes, "Yeah, did I do something wrong or something?" I mean, usually they only say when you punish people from the Creed that disobey things or do things that require your attention or nothing at all. I mean, because you think he's gonna die, so this, the Guardian says, no. I'm impressed. And, well, I want to give you a little bit of an upgrade to those eyes of yours as a gift saying I'm very impressed with the youngest assassin ever to be made. Which Naruto was like, huh? And then it's like, the Guardian was like, oh, my apologies. They did not need to tell you because, I mean, you would have got a big head. He's like, no, I wouldn't. Wait, okay, so tell me again, how am I the youngest assassin? So basically, it tells him about everything he's done and how it took years and years for his age to even master those really quickly, unlike him, because of his uniqueness, and because, well, it could be he was a Jinchuriki plus an Uzumaki, it was easier for him to pass than normal people. He's like, okay, that makes sense. But anyways, what do you mean upgrade to my Sharingans? And they're like, oh, well, I mean, you do have the Mangekyo Sharingan, just not the Eternal. So he's like, huh? Just give me a minute. I need to double check something. Which, okay, so as Naruto's like Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and he's like, well, I mean, your eyes you took from Donzo have been, well, experimented on to the point where they're very different now than once they were. You have to be trained to unlock it, but because of my knowledge of this world and I know about the Uchihas, I can, as in basically it just touches Naruto's head with his feather wing, left wing, and all of a sudden, Naruto's whole entire body starts to glow. As then, basically, his Sharingan becomes the ultimate Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan because, yeah, Donzo experimented on the Sharingans in this I wanted to put in, but I didn't know how it would work very well. And this is the only way I thought of. So, anyway, so because of that, he's like, "What the? My chakra levels increased." And he goes, Basically, your ultimate Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan is a unique one. I combined it with two different Uchihas, EMS. Madara's and Sasuke Uchiha's future one. And he was like, wait, what? Future? Does that mean? And then it just goes like, oops. Then rubs its, head. He was like, I shouldn't have told you that. I have a tendency to chit-chat with people for too long, and I reveal too much. It happens when you don't have much company. Which I was like, okay. So, is there anything unique to mine? Like my own EMS or something? And she basically like, no. And he was like, Basically, your sensory ability increased. You can see through shadows now. Or should I say, you can sense through the shadows of where people are. Technically, you can actually see the shadows of people through them and attack them or drag them into their own shadow. You can manipulate the shadows and you become a shadow itself, which, what I mean by you pull them into their own shadow because you bring them into the shadow world that you can create. It's a copy of the world, but made up of shadows. Which Naruto's eyes wide and he was like, whoa. But you'll have to figure out the rest on your own, Naruto. Good luck. Also, you are going to retrieve a mission from the Creed. Good luck. As in Naruto was like, wait, what about Karam? As then basically he's shot out of the forest, back into his mind, as then Naruto's eyes are in the ultimate eternal Mangekyo state, as then he basically blinks as they go back to normal. As he goes, Kurama, how are you? He goes, what the hell was that? He was like, Kurama, what's wrong? He's like, that bird, it did something to me. I don't know what it is, but, kid, there's some things in this world that we need to kill. Which he was like, huh? Templars. It's like, Templars? But shouldn't they be gone by now? I mean, the Creed said they haven't been seen for thousands to hundreds of years. I know. But they're around. And they're dangerous. More dangerous than you could ever imagine. Which Naruto's like, crap. Are they part of the Akatsuki? And then Kurama was like, no. They're a third party in this. He goes, wait, does that mean Donzo was a part of the Templars? Turns out, that's why he was on the hit list for so long. There are more. Much more. We're gonna have to go around the world and kill them, maybe. Also, it gave me some information on some, gear for you for later if you need it. I said I was never giving him the weapons. I never said I was never going to give him the gear. Just want to point that out, guys. But George was like, okay. So, before I continue on, I need to take care of the fire. So hold on. Alright, so continuing on. Just then, Akami comes in and they're like, Naruto, I've been calling you for the past minutes. For the past 10 minutes. Are you okay? We gotta get going. And he goes, yeah. Just something weird happened. Which she was like, okay, what? Which then he tells her about him being the guardian. And when he says this, she's shocked. No one has ever met the guardian besides Altair. Well, no one ever met them besides Altair, Ezio, Connor, Edward Kenway. Those are the only people that has ever met the Guardian. And they got some weird things from it, like the knowledge, the skills, and maybe new abilities. So what did you get? And then he goes, well, it unlocked something for me that I already had. And then she goes, huh? And then he blinks, and then his ultimate eternal Mangekyo sharingan is activated. And she's like, and then basically Kurama got knowledge of some things. She's like what? Basically, he just says one word. He just says this, Templars. Which her eyes widen. He was like, they're still around. this is gonna be way more of a problem than I thought. But how they're supposed to be gone? Yeah, they're cockroaches. They always come back. Come on, let's get going. Which she nods. So they leave and meet up with 1010. 1010 just got there. Then Kakashi and Tazuna get there. Everything would go the same on the way. On the way there. Like the Ultimate Demon Brothers, the only thing that would change is Naruto, Tenten, and Akami would get into action right away. He will basically interrogate them and even threaten their lives. And then, well, along the way though, when he was interrogating them, he basically got a message from the Creed to basically capture Zabuza, Demon of the Mist, and his partner that will wear a hidden mist mask. So Naruto goes, alright. So basically, he looks at them and then he goes like, let's continue on. So they tell him everything, which Tazuna is shocked that this kid was willing to do all this. Tenten's a little bit terrified, but Kakashi just like, jeez, that's your torture? He's like, yeah, just a couple of, well, genjutsus and you're good. Which it does terrify Kakashi a little. I mean, he didn't use Tsukiyomi, but he did something even worse than... I mean, he did something to the same degree, but a little bit more... different. So, yeah. But anyways, so, continuing on, they would get to the area where Zabuza would try to kill Tazuna, and, well, everything will go the same until the miss happens. As basically you said, basically Zabuza is like laughing at Kakashi. Basically goes like, 3 kids protect 1 guy. You should have brought some more Jonins with you, Kakashi of the Sharingan. As in, Kakashi doesn't even have taking off his iPad. I mean, not off his headband to reveal the Sharingan. He just has a kunai out, but he's not in a stance, which is always like, what's wrong? Are you scared? And he's like, oh no. Kakashi just says that. He was like, oh no, I'm not scared of you. I'm scared of what's gonna happen to you. This may be a fight you wish you were never in, Zabuza. So, tell me, are you afraid of the Creed? Which he looks at Naruto, as Naruto just has a grin, as Zabuza says, they're just a myth. They don't even exist. If they did exist, I would have been killed by now. As well, Naruto says, you've been killed. That is true. They would have come at you for the shadows without you ever knowing. You'd be killed in seconds. The only reason why is you weren't killed was because of your incredible skill as a ninja. That is the only reason why. Hold on, let me check to see something. Alright, just nothing. Just a notification, but anyways. So I was like, what the? How do you even know that? And Naruto just says, you'll find out. As he basically put on the hood, and then immediately he starts disappearing into the fog, in which there is no chakra. No one can sense any chakra. No one can feel his presence, his bloodlust. Not even Zabuza, but he can't feel nothing. It's like Naruto just disappeared. Which he's using his new ability to walk through the shadow world. and he finds Haku. So he appears behind Haku, but meanwhile, before he even does that, he made a plan, which he was live bait. So, what happens is, when he gets out of the shadow, and Haku hears "sup," all of a sudden, he basically turns around, tries to throw, Zen bones at Naruto. Naruto's already gone, dodge, hits Haku with a hidden blade into his shoulder as he screams out in pain. As in, so I was like, just thinks, shit, Haku! So he just dashes towards Haku. Yes, in this one, Zabuza will care about Haku enough to do this. So, because I need it for plot. So basically, as Zabuza was running Haku, he gets there where he heard the screaming, as then he basically sees Haku tied up, and, it looks like his mouth was, gagged, and he was like, "Don't worry, Haku, I'll get you as soon as I find this, bastard." Basically, then he basically walks forward, or should I say, just takes a step, and then it sets off a trap, as then multiple wires come out of nowhere, just wrapping around Zabuza, as he's like, he's just thinking, "What the hell? What's going on here?" He's saying, what the hell was going on here? Sorry, I'm just getting into the character a little. So basically, yeah. Anyways, so when he feels something at his neck, he goes like, "You move, you die. You say anything, you die. You even blink, you die. Understand me?" You can speak, though, for this answer. And he said, "Yes, I understand." So, he says, "Good." As then Naruto writes on him a parallel, a movement ceiling, and basically a restriction seal, basically for his movement. Because and then he does it to Haku after he, cuts him down. As then he does hand signs and summons out, he thinks the Grand Master. Basically the leader of the assassins at the time, as though it's two people. It's him and a woman in a mask. Covering her basically face, but not her eyes. So, just like Naruto's. She goes over to Zabuza, and he's like, "Oh, Zabuza, Demon of the Mist. You were tricked by just a kid. You lost your edge, it seems." But then she looks over at Haku, look over back at him, and you're like, "Oh, a student and master friendship. Isn't that so sweet?" And then Zabuza's like, "Don't you dare speak or make fun of Haku." As she goes, "Oh, how do you know I was making fun of him?" He's like, "You're all the same. Who the hell are you guys anyways?" As then, the Grand Master, aka Akami's father, says, "I am the leader of the Creed, the Assassins," which basically Haku and Zabuza eyed widen, and he looks at Naruto. Naruto just waves at him, which he's thinking, "Shit, we're already doomed from the very beginning. I should have never accepted this job." As basically, though, while you're saying this, the woman, basically get onto his level because he's on his knees, and she goes, "I like it better without your, bandages on your face. I like your teeth." As he was like, "What about them?" She goes, "They're nice and pointy." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm called the Demon of the Mist for a reason." And she goes, Zaza getting angry, in which all of a sudden, he just tries to move or headbutt this woman in front of him, and he was like, "Don't ever call me that, never!" Because I'm adding some backstory into this. Why not? So basically, he was like, "Oh, come on, Zaza, don't you remember me? I made it so simple, teasing you, making fun of you, calling you Zaza." And he was like, "The only one who ever called me that or did those things to me was someone I already killed. She's not alive no more." As then, well, she takes off the mask and the hood, and he basically remembers her having a unique scar because of one of their training sessions. Basically, the scar is from like kunai going into her cheek, and they were able to fix it because of medical ninjutsu, but there was a big giant scar on her face, so and she was like, "Come on, it's me." Basically, he's like, "No, it can't be you. Can't have killed you." As well, the Grandmaster says, "Akazu, no, not Kazu, wait, Ikuzu, yeah, Ikuzu." Basically, she goes, "All right, boss. Let me explain to it, Zaza, and I'll basically make it the most easiest way for you to possibly understand." And basically, her backstory is they hit and missed. Does she was gonna be a part of that massacre that Zabuza did, but since since based on making it where the Grandmaster came to that village, saw her and these kids training, they thought he had a good potential. But the kids, so he asked the kids if they wanted to come with him to be trained to be assassins. The rest of them denied it because they thought, oh, they can kill Zabuza, become a ninja. But she accepted it, and she had to make, she had to make a blood clone, a shadow clone that would bleed. So, and the Grandmaster did it, and, he took her away. So basically, Zabuza killed the shadow clone that the Grandmaster made. He used transformation jutsu. So yeah. Which, her explaining that, she goes, "There, simple, right?" As Zabuza starts crying, and she hugs him, saying, "Oh, it's alright, Zaza." So, after that little emotional scene, he asks, "Why are you here then?" She goes, "Oh, simple. We want you to join us, along with your partner. Your skills have become very, very well known, especially your technique to blend into the mist. It's an excellent, excellent assassin's technique. So, they've been watching you for a while, so they thought now it's about time we brought you in. What do you say? You get a place to live, free food. I'm there. I'll work with you from now on then." Which, Zabuza looks at her and he says, "Fine. I'll join your creed. How's the pay?" I thought Naruto just looks at him and was like, "If you have a good name in the creed, you get paid a lot of money. More money than what you have for a mercenary." Which, he's like, "I'm in. Double. I'm more into this now." Which, yeah. So, they basically, Naruto unseals both Haku and Zabuza and ties him. Along with Haku, and it's like, "There. No hard feelings." He's like, "Yeah, I'll meet you back someday for this kid." He's like, "Oh, great." Anyway, so after that little thing, they leave, and, they continue on with their mission. Some stuff goes the same, some stuff doesn't, like the tree walking, Naruto and Akame already knew, but Tenten didn't really know, so they helped her out. The kids is exactly the same thing, Naruto just doesn't care. He's like, "Whoopee, someone died. Grow the fuck up," he says. Like, legit. "Everyone's gonna die, kid. They can die by a blade in the back, or in the face, or in the front, really. Or at least they can go down, try and protect the people that they care about, and being a hero. So, out of that, he just says, I lost my appetite, and he leaves. So, yeah. Nobody knows what's happening, but Tazana's like, don't ever mess with that kid. Just don't. So, after that little thing, everything would go the same. Basically, though, the whole entire thing, though, was like the bridge. Gato and his men will be there, and Naruto just looks at Kakashi. He goes, I'm out of this. Tenten, Akami, you can go. And he looks at Tentendo. He's like, also, we're gonna see how far your training needs to be after this. She was like, during this. And then she was like, yeah, alright. So, well, they kill everyone that, Gato had working for him, besides Gato himself. And they let the townspeople take him away. That's the only difference is. So after that, basically, I'm gonna say after the bridge was done built, Kakashi, Tenten, not Kakashi and Tenten, Kakashi, Naruto, and Akami basically were, helped Tenten improve a lot. And which they do. Which they do very well because her improvement with taijutsu, ninjutsu, weapons have increased exponentially, even her stamina and strength. So basically, I'm gonna though end this. I'm starting to have my mind go blank. So I'm running out of ideas. Like, it feels like it's gonna just fall asleep. So yeah, I'm gonna go before that happens. Alright, guys. Hope you guys have a nice day, night, wherever you are, and bye.